Welcome to Rivet and Roll. I'm Amanda.
I'm Aaron. This is Carmen, and we have 10 lessons to share with you from our first year on the road.
We wanted to compile some of our top 10 lessons that we learned on the road in our first year with Carmen.
So you're going to see a bunch of clips just from previous videos. I'll have links down in the description if you want to go see that full video, but this is really the highlight of what those lessons are, hard lessons sometimes, of being on the road as RV newbies.
We just spent our first night at a campground in Carmen, and we've realized there's a couple of things that we forgot. The most crucial being this morning, we don't have coffee grounds, coffee filters, any sort of way to make coffee. So we are in the car outside of Starbucks. This will be added to the list, the long list of things that we need to make sure and have before we actually hit the road for a longer trip.
Additionally, we had to go to Walgreens twice yesterday.
Yep.
For forgotten items too. But this is the point of doing a dry run that is close to a lot of other resources.
So we've learned another lesson as newbies. We were sleeping nice and warm last night, and then it wasn't so warm anymore because the first propane tank had run out, so our heat was no longer running. We knew it was going to happen at some point, but we don't have any monitor on it or anything to know exactly how much is left in the tank. So after about 7 nights of sleeping in relatively cold camping where we needed the heat, it officially ran out. Because it was the middle of the night and it's actually raining here in Missouri at the moment, I did not want to go out and swap which tank it was being pulled from. So luckily,
I realized after we did sleep a little bit in the cold that the fan that does the air conditioning also has a space heater element to it. So we were able to kick that on. That does work when you're connected to shore power, so it's not running off the propane tank like the furnace is. And so it was able to heat up Carmen pretty well, so much so that we were able to turn it back off and go back to sleep.
And then I did eventually get up this morning and go out there and swap which tank it is pulling from. So we were able to make eggs and coffee this morning for breakfast.
We did not know how long our batteries were going to last and how quickly the solar was going to recharge those batteries. You cannot use them down past 50%. But there isn't a gauge that says you're at 50%. It says how many volts you currently have available. And so I found a chart online, which I will show here on screen, and put a link to the blog that I found it on down below. And that's what we were going off of. We were trying to figure out where we were and how often we needed to be monitoring it.
So we're about ready to head out, but I wanted to update you on where we're at with all of our resources. So this morning we were at 12.6 when we woke up, and currently the battery, it's super sunny, is at 13.6, which is the highest I've ever seen it, even when we are plugged in. So overall, our first boondocking trip was a success.
So I'm just gonna I can't be on all of them.
What are you on? He'll tell us. I'm accepting. I'm loading it.
Feed 1250. Accept.
Waiting for Waymaster. Oh, whoa, it gave it to us.
All right, you're good. We got you.
That's
Thank
it.
you.
That was so fast.
And that's it.
Okay, it says our steer axle is our steer axle is 4,760 and our drive axle is 2,800.
But that's it. You pulled up, clicked a couple buttons in an app, and then the lady tells you you're good to go. So those numbers are over capacity. Not so good. So a couple things of how we had things set up. We had most of our luggage was actually with us in the RAV4. We also had a toolbox in there, so that was relatively heavy. And then in the base camp, in the first one, we did have fresh water pretty much all the way full, but we had the black tank pretty much empty. So keep that in mind for how those numbers kind of came to be. We are doing round number 2 of weighing ourselves. We've adjusted some things to try and get at a better calculation of how much payload space we have in the Toyota with having Carmen attached. So you can see the location number 1040. she's gonna put that in the app. All right, so it needs a couple of pieces of information that we weren't prepared for because it didn't need it at the last one. So she's gonna run out and go grab our trailer license plate number.
I'm asking for my tractor license and trailer license, so I'm just writing NA.
That's our new one?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's better. I don't remember off the top of my head.
I screenshotted it.
We got new numbers.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
The rearranging worked. We got our gross weight in the RAV4 down to 4,520 pounds. And then the base camp was at 2,900 pounds. So now both vehicles are within range.
So on this trip, we wanted to see how long our water would last. We've done a couple of different boondocking experiences where sometimes we had water, sometimes we had electricity, and we really hadn't pushed it too much on the waterfront. So we wanted to see how long it would last on a 3-day trip.
So we made sure to do our dishes thoroughly. We used our percolator, which takes actually a lot of water. We used the bathroom kind of sparingly. There was bathrooms and showers provided. So we really wanted to see, like, every time we do the dishes, every time we have coffee, how much is that knocking the water down? We didn't think we would go through it all in 4 days, but just to kind of get an idea of percentages. We are starting our freshwater tank at 100, and we'll keep you updated.
We were making coffee, which means we've now had a big pot of water. We also made tea last night, so 2 big things, a couple of toilet flushes, brushing teeth, washing face. And our water is now at 80%. And we have about another day left here in the UP. So I think we're probably gonna be just fine. Why are we at 55?
I'm being shamed. I used a lot to wash the dishes. I need to learn to conserve the water better. So if you have suggestions, please put them in the comments so I don't live this life of shame.
So we're doing our last set of dishes, and since it is our last set and we're about to head out, we're not too concerned about water usage at this point. We're starting this with 40% and we're just going to use it and let it go because then it lightens the load on our road trip back.
Oh my god, Aaron, there's a cicada. Close this thing. Are you fucking kidding me? Oh my god.
Came into the vehicle?
Yes, and it's huge. Oh my god.
Is it? Kill it.
I'm trying.
Well, that audio is at least recorded.
We might have to bleep out the F word.
So since it's been 100 degrees this week, it's currently like 95 in the mid 90s there. We wanted to run the AC and just see how quickly it cools things down, how comfortable can we make it. And so we have now plugged in with shore power, plugged into my mom's house. Thank you, Mom. And we'll flip this on and let you know we're gonna do a couple of things in here, prepping for a big drive tomorrow, and see how cool it gets.
Turn on.
All right, I'm turning it on. Let's see. Let's kick it all the way cold possible. How does this work?
High cool.
High cool. We're going to high cool. It's noisy. We'll check in a little later.
5 minutes later.
All right, the quick 5-minute update, which is a little faster than we thought we'd be checking in. It's already comfortable in here. Again, it's been sitting in 100-degree heat for a week. And we just kicked it on full blast to see how long it would take to cool things down. It's literally been 5 minutes. So that is pretty impressive. We're gonna see if we can turn it down from high cool to low cool and see if that helps with the noise at all. Because I could see trying to fall asleep with this, you might need some earplugs if you're that kind of sensitive to noise while you're sleeping. Here it is. You can probably hear the noise pretty loud in the background. But this is high cool, and then low cool in 3, 2, 1. I would say that definitely made a difference. You can still hear it, of course. It's still a fan running, but that feels like you can have a normal conversation without having to scream. I'm impressed, and we will give you another update in a couple minutes and see how the low cool kind of handles everything from here on out.
A few moments later.
The AC is working really great, guys. I'm gonna take a video. Aaron wants me to film, but I can't get out.
That's your update on the AC. It works in the heat, so have no fear. You just need to be plugged in. It obviously can't work on battery power, and that's your AC update. Well, we just got back from some adventures. Amanda noticed the window on the door is coming loose at the top there. So we're gonna try and figure this out. All right, well, due to this little problem, we're going to change our plans a little bit and maybe go kayaking in the morning instead of this evening. And so we just ran up to the store and got some Gorilla Tape. We're going to try and DIY this solution to get back to Phoenix and then find a dealership.
And hope that it's all under warranty. But we'll see. The goal right now is just to secure it and safely drive one step at a time.
So it's clear the adhesive is coming off a little bit. The screws at the top are really more for like a rain cover, not really much about the actual securing of the glass. So Gorilla Tape it is. So we've done one quick layer of tape for now, just to hold it for tonight. And tape was not on our checklist, was not in our toolbox, and now it definitely is. This will be with us on every trip moving forward. We made it down the mountain, and we're gonna check on our little window. So far, so good. Tape appears to be holding up. No extra spacing or anything, so I think so far so good. We will see once we get on the highway going a little faster, and hope it all works out. After a couple of days, we are here to pick up Carmen. Hopefully, her little boo-boo has been fixed.
She had to go to the Airstream doctor, so we're picking her up. She's been discharged. We got Carmen back, hitching up. It's all fixed. So they changed it, so it's a sealant now. Carmen is happy to be reunited with Diego. Something happened.
As I was driving, I could feel around some of the curves that I didn't have as much of a grip, that the car was just not having as much traction as it normally would. And then all of a sudden, the tire pressure monitor of the car, not the trailer, came on, which really made me nervous. I thought that we were having a slow leak. So at the next gas station, we did pull over. Unfortunately, that gas station was not for a while. We probably went another close to 10 miles with just hoping that we were okay and trying to find that safe spot to pull over.
There was a gas station. We got out of the car. It was immediately clear that we had a flat tire. Diego has a flat tire. And so we were trying to brainstorm what to do. It was a Sunday. It was 100 degrees in August. I mean, it was not an ideal situation.
Not the scenario we wanted to find ourselves in.
We were kind of in the middle of nowhere when this happened because between Bryce and Phoenix, there's not too much. Luckily, we were a little bit north of Page, so we were able to leave the trailer and had to kind of put some emergency air in the tire and hope that it held for the rest of the way as we drove to a Walmart that luckily had auto service, and we were able to see if they would do the tire there.
They did end up replacing the tire. The gash was just a little too big to plug it, and they were done in about 2 hours.
Well, waiting for the tire to be repaired. Carmen is technically at a gas station 10 miles away, and hopefully we're done here soon.
But that meant driving back another 10 miles, re-hitching up to Carmen, and then driving back through Page. So we did probably an extra 30 miles on that trip, but luckily pretty much best case scenario in terms of having a flat tire in the middle of the desert. Only took us about less than 3 hours of a delay of really from start to finish.
It made us think about how we really should brush up on some of our other emergency skills, because that scenario could have played out much differently.
So maybe a how to change your tire in the middle of the desert video coming your way.
Made a mistake and somehow allowed flies inside. And there's probably 10 to 15 left. Ooh, you breaking?
I shouldn't break the Airstream.
Don't break the Airstream. We're trying paper towels to whack them, because we are not sleeping with this many flies.
Oh, they were up here. Come here.
I got one up there.
Yeah. But then it fell dead in our bed. Gross. Ugh. Come on, you jerk. Oh no. Get out of my bed. Get out of my bed. That's so gross. Ooh, you jerk. Ew, how are they multiplying? Isn't there some kind of like Nintendo game that's like emulates this? Come here, you jerk. Get over here. You'd think we had this thing for 6 months and we wouldn't be idiots. Nope. Always something new. Ugh.
Oh, there's like 3 up here.
Oh my god. I got one. What were they doing? They were just all sneaking in as we were all proud of our fire. Joke's on us. Come here. Oh.
Way too far.
I know.
Swing.
Get it. I think we need to get one of those zippers, you know. I'm tired. Been at it for hours. There's one behind your head. I can see it.
Well, I think that might be as close as we're gonna get to all of them. Otherwise, we're sleeping with the flies, which is a little gross, but it is what it is.
Don't leave your screen door open. We knew that it wasn't a perfect seal, but oh my gosh, I did not think that, like...
Over there.
I got it! So freaking gross.
Alright, well, I think that's gonna do it. We'll see you in the morning.